754-4531, 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can catch us on American Forces Network and on iHeartRadio. We're also streaming on YouTube, Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. I'm joined with my co-host, Oklahoma Brian, and he has just told me that we're also going to be joined today with our other co-host, Florida Rick. Brian, yesterday, buddy, we had, I tell you, you're on fire. You're on fire with your Portland and Cincinnati.
Yeah, that was good. And I also liked Houston in the UCF game, but I didn't want to step on our guest foot. I know that was a pay game for him, but Houston Cougs were a big play for me as well.
Well, I say, you know what? And I know they were. I say from now on, and if he wants to come on the set and do a show with us, say, you know what, Chip, you're going to come on here and tout games and this and that. We're going to take the gloves off. And we're going to play because I know you didn't want to override him, but he's a big boy. And the next time he's on the show, if he gives out his stuff and we want to override him, too bad. We're going to.
All right. Deal. Okay.
Hey, but let me ask you. Oh, yeah. Also, Brian, but yesterday, folks, I apologize for my terrible, disastrous game of Florida International yesterday, +8. If I would have paid attention when I got home, even Brian said all the sharp sides bought back. Texas San Antonio -7, but I got stuck with a hot potato.
Happens.
And Brian, oh yeah, and then we lost with Atlanta, but I think we picked up about 3 units yesterday. And
that was good.
Steadily doing good. What else do we got over yesterday? Yo, gosh, let me think. Oh, our football totals. Did you see them things going down?
Yeah.
You said at MGM they opened in the 60s. Then they went down to 55, 56. Now they're down to 52, 51, 50 and a half.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about this after the show. So we talked about, in the toolbox of gamblers, there's a few bets you only use a few times a year. This game actually fits one of those. And when we come back from the commercial, I'll tell you how I think there's a kind of a bet that's not used that often that I think fits for these games. And I think you'll agree with me, but we'll talk about that here after the break.
You got it, buddy. We got to take a timeout. Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes.
If you need anything from a simple home repair to a major remodel, you need to know about Home Advisor. It's a totally free service that instantly connects you with top local service pros.
Home Advisor is a very easy way to find a home contractor, and for me, it's the only way.
You can use Home Advisor for everything. Your house cleaning, your painting.
Electricians, plumbers, handymen. We've had nothing but fabulous every single time.
Just select the type of work you need done, and Home Advisor's ProFinder technology instantly finds top pros in your area. You can read customer reviews of the pros, even use their cost guide to find out what hundreds of other repair and improvement projects cost in your area.
I think everybody should use Home Advisor. In fact, I tell everybody to use Home Advisor.
Home Advisor is a total solution to any type of work you would ever want to do around your house.
And best of all, it's completely free. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
All right, folks, welcome back to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, joined with my co-host Oklahoma Brian, and we're supposed to have Florida Rick. I don't know what he's doing, if he's playing hooky on us or not. Brian, we might have to give him a personal foul and dock his pay. I mean, let's dock his pay for this personal foul. What do you think?
I think he's just heard from him. He's in a motorcade being escorted to our South Florida studios as we speak.
Hey, but you know what I was going to say, because I know you're gonna give out, and then for the third segment we want everybody to stay tuned because we're going to give out our predictions. But you're going to give out your analysis that you had on these games, just before the break. But before that, Brian, I just want you to recognize there's not many times in life, because I'm a 31-year-old married. I would say I'm a married veteran. You know what I mean? There's not many moments, because you're not there yet. I know you're not a 31-year-old veteran of the marriage. There's not many moments that you get in life where there's major breakthroughs, but this is how I know that you're running good. Have you seen that? Now this is serious. I'm flipping through a show on Netflix. It's called Everest. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, so check this out, all right? Now, I've been married 31 years. For the last 30 years, my wife has said to me, you're the worst listener. You're the worst communicator. You're the worst at the worst. I said, really? I said, it's, the worst out of 7 billion. She goes, you're the worst communicator and listener on the planet. I've been living with that for 30 years. So I'm watching this movie, Everest. Okay, and a little ways through this movie, it's a group of guys, 2 different camps, and they're climbing up Mount Everest. They get up about 3/4 of the way up Mount Everest. Swear to you, I rewound it 7 times. 6 or 7 times just to make sure I was hearing this. So they're up there, and one of the guys, he's freezing. He's up about, and now they come to a patch where they're like sitting still, and one guy looks at the other and goes, I'm feeling really guilty because I didn't tell my wife that I was coming on this trip. So I rewound that like 6 times. I said, am I hearing this? And I called my wife and I said, I said, Angela, I just found somebody worse. Because if I was climbing Mount Everest, I would have definitely told you. You talk about the worst communicator, and in history, this guy's like the Ty Cobb of not communicating.
That's wow. By the way, I'm right there with you. I've been married 22. All right, I'm not gonna. I don't know. 22. Thank you. Thanks for the math there, Rick.
23 in May.
Good thing my wife doesn't listen to the show. But I'm not a good listener, and I'm also not good at anniversaries, obviously.
But you're not as bad as that guy. You would have told your wife you were climbing Mount Everest.
Yes. Well, it's funny. I tell her, like, I teach a class on Wednesday nights, and every Wednesday I tell her, hey, just so you know, I'm not going to be home till 8 o'clock tonight. I got to go teach that class. And every Wednesday, it's like Groundhog Day. I'm telling her for the first time, and she looks at me like, "You got to be kidding!" Like I'm making it up. Like I just signed up, for the Army, every Wednesday. But that's funny. By the way, what's the appeal of climbing Mount Everest? I don't get it. Like the in terms of risk reward, it seems like the the negatives squarely outweigh the positives.
Oh yeah, I mean, no idea. Hey, by the way, welcome, Rick. I thought about it and I said to myself, wow. So this guy, he gets the trophy for non-communication skills with his wife. I think like only the only other guy that could have actually been worse than him would have been, let's say, like if Neil Armstrong didn't tell his kids that, or his wife that, and they turn on the thing and they go, "Mom, is that Daddy on the moon?" And then you would have said, But seriously, hey Rick, welcome back, buddy. Where you been?
Thanks, Frank. I've been here. I've been a little sick, but I'm on today. Last time I was on, I was sitting next to you in the studio over there.
Yeah.
Beautiful studio.
But you didn't have a cold because I don't have a cold.
Yeah, it was coming on when I was there, and then it started getting really bad. Once I got to the airport and on the flight, and as soon as I got back home, I'm like, yep, full scale sickness now. So yeah, here I am. Back on with you guys, and feels like it's been a long time since we all went on together, especially in this mode. Oh
yeah. Well, we Rick, Brian and Rick. Well, we've been getting your stuff, and Brian's been pretty hot. I know that, not me. I laid a real egg yesterday. But Brian, we're going to get back, and then let's plug Rick in. Rick, we've been doing a little bit of research and following these AAF. Brian, is it AAF?
Sadly, it is AAF, and I think that is one of the worst acronyms for a sports league. It sounds like a labor union to me, or an insurance policy, but it doesn't sound like a sports league.
Yeah. So, Rick, we've been Brian gave us the opening lines at Mirage. They were in the 60s. Then yesterday, Chris put them up in the mid-50s. Now, Brian, what are we looking at, 51, 52s?
Yeah, they're pretty low. I think, though, anything's possible in this game. And I actually think I'm going to be betting over at some point. But I'm going to do it a little unconventionally. And I guess we'll hold that until the third segment. I'll tell you how I plan on betting these games during the third segment. But Rick, I know you've spent countless hours breaking down the AAF, and you've got the right. No, in all seriousness, he has a game. He's got a film room. And what? By the way, what in the world is going on over there? Is that a cat, or is there?
There might possibly be a little four-legged animal playing somewhere near me. Trying to do my best to get it to stop. Probably gonna have to wait till the commercial. But.
Can you throw something at it?
Yeah. So guys, Brian, but I love what you're saying. Even though nobody has even seen these guys and they've only been practicing for 2 weeks, there's got to be value if it keeps going down on the over, right?
Yeah, I think there's value on the over. I think that there's value on the dogs on the money line, and I know there's going to be value on the second half. It's just it's the same. It's the same game as trying to bet one of those college all-star games. The only thing I can hope for is that by the end of the game, they haven't all put those stupid stickers on each other's helmet.
Right.
That makes me really mad. By the way, I don't think we've ever talked about this, Frank. This is an event I go on once a year with Rick. There's nothing that makes me more mad than those college all-star games when they exchange stickers and their helmets look so ridiculous at the end of the game because they've got 25 stickers. Let's hope that doesn't happen in the AAF. But other than that, I think it's a very similar handicapping. You're going through the quarterback rotation, the receiver rotation, the running back rotation. But honestly, I mean, these guys are has-beens, or they were guys that were big names in college. It's really hard to, I mean, I read a funny article by someone, or maybe it was a YouTube video. This guy's angle was he was going to bet against Christian Hackenberg in every game. That was going to be his handicapping model for the AAF.
Really?
But that was kind of funny. Yeah.
I would agree with that assessment. He might be the worst quarterback to ever suit up in the NFL. So he might be the worst one to ever suit up in the AAF as well. That guy is so bad. I mean, I don't know how he ever made the NFL, let alone was he a first-round pick?
I think he might have been a first-round pick.
Well, Rick, to what extent have you done your research on this league, Rick, or these betting games tomorrow?
Yeah, I haven't done much except for the fact that I did like under 65 when they started coming out at MGM the other night. I couldn't believe they were 65, 64s. We were talking about that, a few of us, and unfortunately none of us got down. The next thing we know, they were down to the, mid 50s. And as you see now, they're all like in that 50 and a half range. So yeah, you'd have had some nice bets there if you had gone under 64, 65, all these games. But,
scary.
Yeah, other than that, I haven't done much research, but I've been looking at the names, trying to figure out who has the coolest name. I think right now the winner would be the San Diego Fleet. That would be my number one name.
Yeah, I pulled a real bozo on the show, but I apologize. We were kind of having a little bit of fun with the names, and I actually semi-embarrassed the Arizona Hotshots, which that's bad because I think Dan or one of our listeners said, "Hey, Frank, easy. Those are the 16 firefighters that died." So I apologize for that foot in the mouth play. But
no big deal. You're just going to hell, but that's all right.
Hey, Brian, we got to take a break. Back in 3 minutes. I got Andrew waving at me, buddy. Back in 3.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down, 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Welcome back, folks, to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. We are joined with the two co-hosts, the two main guys, Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. Everybody's in the house today. We got one more segment. Remember, in the third one, we got Talk You Can Bet On. Got a lot of good stuff, and if you've been following us all week, you've made some money. But you guys, you don't even know what I got to put on it, what I got to put up with in between breaks over here. I got two guys. I got Andrew, and now I got my buddy Kevin, and they're trying to tell me I'm not getting punished for the 2.5 minutes in between breaks. These guys are telling me how exciting 0-0 soccer games are.
Huh.
Right?
Wow.
I mean, tell me that isn't abuse.
I think if you're born in the United States, it's automatically like a penalty to be a soccer fan. You have to be born in any other foreign country, or at least anywhere but North America, for example, United States or Canada, because somehow these people are just, since they're 3 years old or since they're 3 months old, there's handed a soccer ball and they think it's exciting, but they don't realize there's other sports out there. So once they actually get to see, oh, look, it's a football. It's people actually running and hitting each other. Oh, look, it's basketball. They're, running down the court, shooting baskets. Yeah, but they're told since the day they were born that soccer is the only sport, and so it's just kind of like bred in their heads since day one. It's not their fault.
No, but how would you like a soccer fan that's also going to be an attorney? And this is his defense. Okay, this is his defense. The ball's in motion all the time. I said, really? You mean they're playing kickball in the middle of the field, back and forth for 35 to 40 minutes? Then once in a while you see like a little thing of yellow plastic go up. That's the most exciting thing. There's like a guy trips it and you see some yellow plastic go up. Wow.
I mean, the ball, well, it's not a ball, but I guess it's a shuttlecock. I like saying shuttlecock, by the way, is in motion at all times in badminton, but it doesn't mean I want to watch it.
No kidding. And then he was even telling me that it's much better than a 1-0 baseball game in extra innings. That's got to be. He says 1-0 baseball. There's nothing happening. I go, well, at any time you could get tied on a home run. They're trying to compare a 0-0 soccer game to a 1-0 like Kershaw versus like Pedro Martinez game as far as excitement.
You know who else has the ball in motion all the time? Is professional bowling. Count me out on watching that.
No, I'm serious. Hey, but anyways, you guys, speaking about, we got to get to some of this NBA thing because I know you guys are well read. What's happening with this Anthony Davis guy?
This is my favorite topic because it just frustrates the hell out of me. So Anthony Davis has basically told the Pelicans that, that our marriage is ending. Sorry, Pelicans. I'm leaving you. And, he essentially told them, I'm going to play for the Lakers one way or another. You might as well trade me to them. And I don't know that the Pelicans really wanted to make that trade. They had a limited, amount of offers to come from the Lakers before the trade deadline. Boston showed a little bit of interest in him, but they're most likely going to have to work out some kind of sign and trade in the offseason. Now, initially, the Pelicans said they weren't going to play this guy the rest of the year because Anthony Davis, I'm not sure if you know this about him. He's he's a very young guy relatively, but he's had over 25 injuries in his career. This guy's injury prone and he's a big guy. And as we all know, big guys like that in the NBA have a very limited amount of tread on their tires, so to speak. So the Pelicans did what some people might consider to be the reasonable thing, was they decided that they were going to shut him down and not play him the rest of the year, kind of trying to preserve the tread on the tires so he doesn't get injured. At some point, I think this is great because this is what I would do. They announced on second thought, we're going to play this guy the rest of the year. I think they haven't gone far enough. By the way, do you know what this guy makes per year?
Like $9 million?
I guess.
$9 million?
Ha! $9 million.
It's way more than that.
What do you think, Rick?
I would say it's closer to 20 or 19.
You guys aren't even there yet. He makes over $25 million a year. Okay, wow. So
that's just salary. Doesn't include endorsements, right? Okay.
No, but I'm saying they're out of pocket $25 million, and this guy's going to essentially, because of his attitude, they're going to actually not only pay him the $25 million, but they're going to give him the luxury of not having. They were going to give him the luxury of not even playing. I guess. To me, I kind of think of, you ever gone to a car rental agency and you have a bad experience at the counter? The guy behind the counter is rude to you or insults you, and all of a sudden he hands you the keys to the car, and you're like, all right, I got 3 days. I got 3 days with this rental car. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want with it. I'm going to go 20 miles an hour, slam on the brake, put it in reverse. I'm going to do donuts. That's that's how I would treat Anthony Davis if I'm the Pelicans. I would wear his ass out the rest of the year. I'd play him 48 minutes a game, every single game. This guy's got a history of injuries. I would literally take years off of his professional career by playing him every minute. And I wouldn't just play him every minute at his position, since as an organization, we're motivated really to lose more games than to win, because we're going to get a better draft outcome out of. I'd play him at point guard. Why not? Play him at shooting guard. Play him 48 minutes a game, every game. I'd completely break this guy. And if you don't break him and he's still standing at the end of the year, then you trade him. But, I'm tired of seeing guys like this win by making teams actually have to back down and sit them. And I don't know. That's my take on it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's maybe a little bit too harsh. I see where you're going with this, and I don't fully disagree, but I think you can't force a guy to play 48 minutes a game. I think at some point he's going to get tired. He's going to need to come out. You will force him into an injury. I mean, he'll take himself out if you start doing that to him. But yeah, I mean, I would agree. Maybe playing him more minutes than usual. He was a point guard in high school, so that's one of the reasons why he's such a good ball handler, as a big man, such a good passer. I don't know if you can stick him at point guard right now, but it'd be worth a shot. It'd be fun to see like another 7 foot, 7 foot point guard.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, because I was just doing the math, Brian. At $25 million and 82 games, if you break it down, this guy's getting paid just a little bit over $300,000 a game, $76,000 a quarter, almost $6,500, over $6,500 a minute. I would say you got to play, bro. You got to play, and don't come here whining and play. You know what I mean? $6,500 a minute. We paid for you, so get out there and play.
You're playing every minute of every game the rest of the year, and you might have to get on the cheerleading squad and cheer during the timeouts. For sure,
it's just ridiculous.
They could put him as the flyer when they throw the person up like 20 feet in the air and catch it. He could be the designated flyer.
It is.
That's it. Yeah.
Hey guys, let me interrupt you for a second here. We got a message in from Nick. Actually, he tuned in through our YouTube live chat, and he heard you talking, Frank.
He's a soccer liberal.
He heard you talking. He said next week's Champions League match between Real Madrid and Ajax will see two teams who've scored 46 goals between them in the last 5 games. 13-3 Super Bowl that lasts 4.5 hours. Anyone? That's what he said.
Wow. Now we got the whole peanut gallery in on this soccer thing.
Yeah. Well, Real Madrid Ajax does sound like a 6-1 game. So I guess in that aspect, it'll be exciting because there'll be a lot of goals, but it surely will be one-sided. So all the goals will be coming from one team, I would expect, just knowing what I used to know about soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, so now that the NBA trade line is done and over, what do you think is your final assessment on the whole trading thing? Not just Davis.
Wait, did you?
Go ahead.
Getting back, this is kind of part of this subject, but not the same. Did you guys see the All-Star draft last night, or did you see what happened? We didn't discuss this.
No.
I saw the headlines, but I don't know what actually transpired. Now tell me.
LeBron was the captain, and he took every available free agent at the end of the year. So now everyone's claiming that he's self-tampering. He's like making a point to the NBA. Like, so his first pick was Kevin Durant, who's obviously the number 1 free agent. His second pick was Kyrie Irving, who's the number 2 free agent. His third pick was Kawhi Leonard, the number 3 free agent, and then he picked James Harden with his 4th pick. So And then they went to the reserves, and his first reserve pick was Anthony Davis, who I don't think he's playing, he picked him anyway. And then he picked Klay Thompson, who's also going to be, the big free agent. It's all he did is big free agents, except for James Harden. I mean, talking about a guy who just, wanted to stick it to the NBA and say, well, you said we can't tamper. Okay, I'm not tampering. I'm just picking the All-Star team.
Well,
I thought that was one of the funniest things I had seen.
That is funny. How about the other squad? What was the and do we know who the last guy taken was this year?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually hear. I'll tell you right now because the last guy taken, what looks like it was Kyle Lowry was the last guy taken.
Wow, what do you think?
Sorry. The last two official picks were Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade were selected as All-Star additions for the last year. So I guess officially Nowitzki was the last pick.
Yeah.
But the last real pick would have been Kyle Lowry.
My gosh, what do you think the total's going to be on it this year with these animals in the West? I mean, it's got to be 350, right?
Oh no, but that's the point. It's not East versus West. It's like a pickup game where you pick you just pick guys. So I'd have to hear the Giannis team. That team sounds decent, but do you have the other team in front of you?
Yeah, well, this is the starters his top 5 picks would be oh shoot, you know what? I'm gonna have to look up. Yeah. I'm seeing the second round picks, but
yep.
Okay, Joel Embiid, Paul George, Kemba Walker, and Steph Curry.
All right, you guys, we'll finish that up and then talk. You can bet on in the third segment. Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes, folks.
Cars that sound like this. Trust Pennzoil Synthetics to protect their engines in extreme conditions. Top racing teams know that Pennzoil Synthetics give them the performance to help them succeed. And your car's engine deserves the same. Because your daily commute is no less important. Get complete protection for top engine performance, just like the pros. Visit Pennzoil.com/rebate to save on Pennzoil Synthetics. Terms apply.
When I send Valentine's Day flowers, I always pay for upsell bears, balloons, and candy. Yeah, no. It's crazy, right? It's like those flower giant websites admit their flowers are kind of janky, so you better add a balloon, which is why I go to Books.com for Valentine's Day flowers. FYI, Books is short for bouquets, and if you think your mom or wife or girlfriend can't tell the difference between Books flowers and the others, you're wrong. Books delivers spectacular flowers cut fresh from farms around the world, including farms on the side of a volcano. You gotta see those. Anyway, Books are picked fresh and shipped direct, so they last longer. Know what else I love about Books? Simple pricing without all the add-ons. You know, where a $19.95 arrangement ends up costing $60. Get your Valentine's Day flowers at Books.com. That's BOUQS.com and enter the code SOCCER for 20% off. Yeah, 20% off when you enter SOCCER at BOUQS.com. That's Books.com.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Your daughter's a genius. And with all those smarts comes a lot of travel. So you're at Hampton by Hilton for a science fair in Springfield. Last month she was a mathlete in Martindale. Next she'll be a robot whiz in Riverside. She fuels up on free Hampton waffles. You fuel up on coffee. With 6 hours of applied biology ahead of you, you need all your synapses firing. Proud parent of a prodigy? That's why we're here with free hot breakfast and more than 2,400 locations. Book at Hampton.com for our price match guarantee. Hampton by Hilton. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, folks, we're back. 5th Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can get us on American Forces Network, and we're streaming on iHeartRadio, also Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and I believe also Twitter. We're all over the place. Anyways, guys, this is a segment of Talk You Can Bet On. We've been doing really, really well. Rick, and we really appreciate you sending in your picks.
Frank, I got to interrupt you one more time here. We actually got a message from Greg Spinder off our Facebook live chat talking about the NBA discussion you guys were having. Make AD play center 48+ minutes in every promotional event he's contracted to do. Make him do his own laundry, get his own drinks, room service, carry his own bags, and fly commercial.
Hey, Brian, this guy makes you look like a softie.
Yes, and send him to Jimmy John's to get lunch for everyone.
Boy, punish this guy. I mean, that's enough for this $25 million to play a basketball, and then you want to whine. But, Rick, your picks have been very, very solid. Brian's been doing very well. Not me. So after the Patriots, I've lost my key game, Florida International, yesterday. But do you guys want to finish
overall,
up?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say, we got a full slate in the NBA tonight. There's hardly anything going on in college. Let's try to get a little bit to the AAF, and then there's some interesting college games for Saturday, which don't necessarily have lines up, but I've got an opinion. I think Rick will too. So let me start off in the NBA. I'm going to move quickly through the NBA because I've actually talked about the NBA with you this morning. I think I know some of your plays, but feel free to jump in and add stuff that I don't have already. So I think in the NBA, we matched on Sacramento tonight. Is that a play for you still?
That's definitely a play for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sacramento as well. I think that's a great play. Here, I'll give my card, and then you can add a couple plays if you like them. I am going to make a small play in the Dallas Mavericks. I wish I was getting a little bit more than I'm getting. Oh, actually, the line's dropped. No, I'm going to pass on the Dallas Mavericks. I see it's down to 6.5. I will pass on that. I'm going to bet against the New York Knicks every night until the end of the year, until they show me they actually care about winning. I think that they're totally in tank mode. Love Detroit, minus 8.5 tonight. And I am also going to take I'm taking Chicago Bulls plus 8.5. That's a relatively small play. And then I got kind of a little bit of a flyer on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers on the money line, though. That's the key point. Cavaliers on the money line. I think there is a chance they could win this game outright. I think if they're in the game, they could win. Much rather take them on the money line than to take the 9.5 or 10. Go ahead. Tell me what you got, Rick.
Okay. Well, first I was going to start off by saying overall, I think Brian and I's picks, I think we might have gone 6-1 yesterday.
Yeah.
If I'm correct. I know, Frank, you did miss that FIU play, but your picks have been very solid in the last month and a half. I mean, if you give a play, I know last night didn't go well, but when you come out and say you like a play, it's pretty much a sure thing almost.
Yeah, but Brian didn't text me. I spied on two really sharp accounts. They both came in early on Florida International plus 8. Now Brian tells me that as soon as he got home, he looked and everybody bought it back at minus 7. I would have jumped off. But, of course, I couldn't tell our listeners and our audience, but I would have dove off of that thing.
Yeah, but don't feel bad about giving out one bad play when, the last 2 months your plays have been as good as anything out there, even though they're few and far between. But when they come out, they're as solid as it gets. So, anyway, that being said, tonight I am completely in agreement with Brian. Sacramento. It's probably both of our favorite plays of the night. If you look at both these teams' last games, Sacramento got just obliterated at home by Houston, and then Miami played at Portland and won on the road. That was actually one of my picks I gave out a couple nights ago. They were an 8-point dog. They came out, just went wire to wire and won that game with ease. So now you're looking at a game where the line should probably be 1.5, 2 points higher. Sacramento is clearly a better team than Miami, but because of their last performances, Miami is getting 3 points here, and I think Sacramento is just a big play. Plus, we both discussed the over. And we both think this total is way too low for these teams, especially Sacramento at home. So I know Brian and I matched in Sacramento. I know unless something changed in the last hour, I know we matched in the over as well. It seems like it should be kind of a shootout, but expect Sacramento to get the job done and win this game going away by at least 6-7 points and probably double digits. So that's the first game I'm going to give out. And then the second game that I like, which Brian didn't mention, I don't think he has an opinion on, is game 502, Philly at home -4 against Denver. This was a game that these teams played a week and a half ago in Denver, and Philly ended up sitting half their roster. I think they played Ben Simmons and then all the TJ McConnells and Landry Shamit's and Mike Muscalas of the world. And they ended up losing by 16 in a high-scoring game, although Philly was actually winning, but then just got beaten up in the second half. They had no depth because, of course, they were using all their subs as starters. But now everyone's back tonight. Philly's, at full strength. Denver's in the midst of a road trip. I think Philly's a really solid play here tonight. Actually, it's an ESPN game. The total is pretty high. I'm not going to touch the total, but I think Philly -4 is a strong play as well. Getting back to Bry's pick, Bry liked Chicago Bulls. I agree with him on Chicago Bulls. I think I just don't like laying big points with teams who aren't top-notch teams. And Brooklyn's had a great run, but I still don't consider them one of the top teams out there in the NBA. So you give me 8.5 fading Brooklyn, I'll take it. I still expect Brooklyn to win, but I don't think they cover the 8.5.
Yeah, but what do you think about this Brian fading the Knicks every day?
I see where he's coming from, and he's basically been right. When was the last time the Knicks covered a game?
No, I'm on it. I'm just thinking, is he getting carried away with this, or should we keep going with it?
Keep going. I'm gonna pass the line. The line's a little too high for me, but I wouldn't. I sure as hell wouldn't want to be on the Knicks. But I just now you're having to lay 8.5 points with Detroit, who I'm putting in who's not even near as good a team as Brooklyn, and now you're laying 8.5 with kind of a lower tier team. That's the part that scares me. But yeah, if I were taking the game, I guess I would probably take Detroit. But I'm leaving that for a full Oklahoma Brian pick. I will still take, even though it did move a point and I'm not happy about it, I would still take Dallas at home, getting 6.5. You might be able to find some 7s out there against Milwaukee. Milwaukee's, is clearly right now the best team in the East. But Dallas is playing well at home. This will be a big game Friday night for them. Packed house, energized crowd. I don't see Dallas fading here. I think this game is going to be going down to the wire. I think getting 6.5, if you can get the 7, or maybe buy it to 7 -15, I think this is a strong play. And the last one, which go ahead.
That's what I just did. I just bought it to the 7+. Remember, I'm betting. I told Brian on Monday or Tuesday, I'm betting the games as you guys give them to us. So when people say, "Oh, are you betting your own games?" These are right out of the oven, folks. I'm betting them fresh as can be. I just took them +7, -15. Okay, what's your next one there, Rick?
I'm going to give out for now, and this is as square as a play gets, but I'm sorry. Golden State -15 at Phoenix. I keep waiting, who's out? There's got to be somebody out, right? No, nobody's out for Golden State. They have their whole roster. 15 points on the road, you may say, is a lot, but Golden State's winning their games right now by 30, 40 points, and these are against good teams. And they're going to Phoenix, who might be one of the worst 2 or 3 teams in the NBA. And this is one of those games where I could see at the end of the first quarter the score being 41-21. And just never looking back. I don't expect them to be covering by the end of the first quarter, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were. I just think this line's just too low, even though it seems like 15 is a lot of points to lay on the road in the NBA. But I'm still gonna. You remember how last month kept fading Golden State, and then finally at some point you're like, "That's it. I'm not jumping off that Golden Gate Bridge anymore." Well, I think at this point I'm only going to be on Golden State, and I think tonight at 15 it's just too light of a line. They're too scared to make it higher, but that's what it should be higher.
Okay, and then let me see. So now on that Miami game, when you said over with Sacramento, it's 217, right? You're aware of the
217. 217 is still right. It opened a little bit lower, last night, but 217. It feels like it should be in the low 220s.
Okay, so now are we going to turn the page to college? Are you guys done with the NBA?
I'll throw out one college play. It's a really small slate. It's basically the Ivy League and a few misfit games. There is a game I like, though, tonight, and that is Louisiana Lafayette under 136 is as game number 864. I'm sorry. That is the that's 166. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
166 going under on that, and then game 874 Akron going under 136.
Okay. Yeah.
Now let me turn the page to college. Tomorrow's kind of an exciting day in college basketball. I got a couple games I wanted to ask Rick about, so I might as well ask him on the air. Curious what you think about these games. Tomorrow, game that I love is Oklahoma State goes to Kansas. What do you think that number will be tomorrow, Rick?
Well, I would probably make Kansas about, I'll say about 14.5.
Yeah, I was thinking 15. Okay. Boy, at that line, who would you bet?
I hate laying big numbers, but I would have to be on Kansas if that was the right line.
I'd lay 20 without even blinking. This sounds like to me like an absolute rout, as we've talked about many times in the last week or so. Oklahoma State, I mean, they've got nobody left. I don't remember seeing a team this decimated with injuries. Like, they literally have like 4 or 5 scholarship players left at this point. They keep kicking guys off the team. People are getting injured. At some point, they're going to have to suit up Air Bud, and he's going to have to check in and play a game for Oklahoma State.
Is that the mascot? I assume Air Bud is the mascot.
No, you remember Air Bud, the Disney movie with the dog, the golden retriever that played basketball?
Yeah.
You never saw that, I guess.
No.
So you would lay up to 20 with this Kansas squad, right?
Yeah, I would. But I think it's going to be like around 15.
No.
I like that one. I'll tell you another game I really like tomorrow. Two teams going opposite directions. And it's Kentucky going to Starkville to play Mississippi State. Mississippi State is, they're falling apart quickly. It's February. Every year we see this with Kentucky, right? Because they're basically a team of, of freshman mercenaries that kind of seem to get it together, right? Come February and March, seems like every year about this point. Calipari's teaching them how to shave. They're becoming men, and they figure out how to beat teams in the SEC. And they get really, really good around this time. I see the same thing happening. I mean, this team's really looks like they're going to be a force. I think this is going to be a great dark horse in the NCAA tournament. I love them in this spot. I'm guessing they'll probably be about an 8-point favorite going to Starkville.
I don't think it'll be that high. I think it's going to be closer to 5.5. 5 to 6 in that range, I think.
Wow.
So I agree. I like Kentucky a lot as well. Kentucky is trending up, and Kentucky is going to be one of those. I was looking the other day. There's 6 or 7 teams that have a legitimate shot this year at winning the national title, and Kentucky is definitely in that list as of now.
Hey, we got about 15 seconds. I was going to say, when we come back in this little last segment, we got to try to squeeze in Rick if you got any college. And then, Brian, you wanted to finish up with the AAF. By the way, they're down to 49.5, 50s. I mean, they're really getting down there. Back in we got to take a small time out, folks. We'll be right back with the final little segment. Don't miss it.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Hi, Rick Tittle here. You may know me as the Sports Talk host. I can talk about all sports: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, auto racing, boxing, Olympics, rollerball. But this time I'm here to talk about pain. If you have pain in your knee or your back like I do, then you should know about the Health Alert Hotline. If Medicare is your primary insurance, then you could qualify for a back or knee brace at little or no charge. I have an old injury from my football playing days, and anything that can help take that pain away and make it more manageable, that has my attention. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. 1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
All right, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network and also on iHeartRadio, American Forces. Guys, here's the wrap-up part of the show. Rick, did you have anything in college today?
There was one game I liked a little bit simply because I saw some accounts playing it, and I trust these accounts. It's game 857, Columbia +10 at Harvard. That would be my only college play that I'd give out as a play. Okay,
now Brian, it's you got here's your 2 minutes of fame in this AAF league before we kick off tomorrow.
Yeah, so here's my thought on it. Yeah, clearly there's a lot more money betting the under than the over. It's kind of what we suspected a couple of days ago, but there really is definitely an overside to this. There are some bettors that like the over. MGM opened these games at 67 for a reason. I'm not sure what the thought process is, other than I think for this league to be entertaining and viable, they're going to have a lot of points. My thought on this is if I'm going to bet the over, I'm probably not going to just bet it as a straight bet. We talked about the possibility of a round robin or a parlay yesterday. That still remains in play. But another thing you might consider if you're not as daring as putting an entire round robin on the table, consider the following. If you're going to bet a game over, you might as well if it to another game over, right? Wouldn't you agree that if the first game goes over or under by, say, 10 or 15 points, it's a strong predictor that the next game is going to go the same way and the next game after that. So there's not that many times a year where the if bet gives the player a good advantage, but I think a brand new league playing for the first time, absolutely, the if bet gives the player a nice little edge. So that's kind of and the same thing goes if you're betting the under, consider ifing one under to another. I think that's a smart way to attack it.
Wow, great strategy, Brian. I'm going to go with it, you guys. I'm doing very well. I'm still got the lights on in the house, but Rick, buddy, thanks for joining us, you guys. And Brian, great week. Rick, great show, you guys. Folks, we appreciate you listening to us, and we will be back Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening to us all week. We appreciate you, and play close attention to that AAF league. We're going to be studying that one for a little while because there's going to be great value the first 3 weeks. Take care. Have a good weekend, folks.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
A contentious House hearing with Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker.